Hi, this is Mike, and I'm going on with my third part in the series of how to create a Blackboard test. So in the first tutorial, I showed you how to create the test. In the second tutorial, we took a look at how to create a question, a multiple choice question in that case. And now the third step in the process is going to be to deploy the test so that your students can take the test. So what we'll do is decide where we would like that test to appear for the students. Often people like to put the tests in the assignments area, so I'll click on the assignments link. And I'm going to go to my edit view. That's going to be on the top right hand corner. And now I'm going to have a bunch of options on the top here, a bunch of icons. And up at the top you see plus test. So I'm going to click on that to add my test. Alright, so I can either create a new test right from this window, or I can add a test that I've already created. And I'm going to add a test, and that was that new test sample that I created if you've been following along with the tutorials. So I'll choose new test sample, and I'll hit submit. And the test has been added successfully. Now usually I don't advocate you hitting OK, but in this case hitting OK brings you to the new menu that you're going to want to see. So I'll click on OK, and now I've got two choices. I can either modify the test or modify the test options. And modifying the test is only going to be allowed before students start taking the test. Modify the test will allow you to change the name of the test, change instructions, add questions to the test, change the point value of questions, things like that. But I'm not going to show you how to do that because that's basically the same as adding questions to the test, which we've already done. Instead, let's go into the modify the test options area. So we're going to modify the test options, and let me move the window for you so you can see everything. Okay, and so I've got the name here, new test sample. I can change that if I like. I can change the description if I like, but that's fine. This is a sample test. I can choose to open the test in a new window. In general, I don't do that. The default is no. Make the link available. If you don't make that link available, the students won't be able to take the test. So I'll make that link available. You can add a new announcement for the test, and I'll go ahead and say yes. Let's make a new announcement. You can allow the students to take multiple attempts if you desire. I will say in this case we won't have them take multiple attempts. Forced completion, they are forced to complete the test once they open up the exam, and I generally like that. We can set a timer, and I'll set a timer for this one to be, let's say, 5 minutes. It's a one-question test. I think they can handle it in 5 minutes. I can choose a display after date, so let's say I only wanted it to display after 5 o'clock on Friday. I could make that happen by displaying after. I can also have a display until. Let's say I only wanted them to take the test until the end of the weekend. Then I can choose both an after display date and an until display date. In this case I won't choose any of those. And I can also choose a password in case I only want certain people to be able to take the test in the class. I could choose a password and then just share that password with those people who I wanted to take the test. I'm going to go ahead and include the test in the Grade Center score calculations, and I'm not going to hide the results from the instructor or Grade Center. If you do that, then you won't be able to see what your students' answers were. It makes it more like a survey. Test feedback, by default you're only going to see, the students are only going to see the score of the test, and I think that that's fine. If you wanted them to see their submitted answers or their correct answers, you could modify that if you like. Test presentation, you can choose whether or not you wanted to show all the questions at once or one at a time. And you could also choose to randomize the questions. In this case, I think that's enough, and I'm just going to go ahead and hit submit. That's it. My test options have been modified successfully, and my students are ready to take the test.